guys? We're running a bit late. Ah, there we go. There's everybody. We got you now. We got V Buck, Rich Robbie. Okay, we got Tiana. We got Pepperoni Pizza. Got Neil Diamond. We got the Sims, the Master, the Mr. Sims, the Leo, the Ignacio, the Kevin. The cat is back. The Alicia and the Natalia. Nice to see you guys. Nice to see everybody in here. Okay. Hello. Okay. Oh, Mr. Sims. Every time, Mr. Sims always draws on my presentations, doesn't he? Well, he is the best teacher, so I suppose he's allowed to. Right, guys. Yes, you will have BandLab with Mr. Evans a little bit later. Mr. Evans will be turning up shortly, I'm sure. Okay, how many got in there? 10. Okay, guys, we've got to have a few late people turning up a little bit later, but that's fine. Right, yes, it is snowing right now. It's snowing a lot. It's been snowing all day, hasn't it? What's going on there? I don't know what is going on there. Snowing consistently. I thought it would slow down a little bit, but it's just been powering through. So a bit crazy. But guys, let's do what we have come here to do. No, it's not settling too much, but I think it will settle a little bit later. Okay, so let's do what we came here to do, which is to go to Codemoji, and I will create the button there. I've set up the lesson on. I haven't even put the button in. So let's put the button over there. Get over to Codemoji and open up your previous projects for me, please. Your previous projects for me, please. Codemoji.com. Button is there now. If you need it, guys, it's at the top, right there. Snowflake emoji, perfect. Just like Natalia has. She's a snowflake bear. Lovely. Well done. Okay, guys. Let's hope Mr. Sims doesn't draw any more on my presentation. Hopefully he won't. Oh, great. He's having a great time today, isn't he? Well, he is the best teacher, so he is allowed to do that. Right, okay, guys. So we headed over to Codemoji. Perfect. Right, so can anybody tell me in the chat, did they fix the alignment of their title? Because I remember, I think Finn had the issue. I think somebody else had the issue. I can't remember who it was, who else had the issue. I think it might have been Matt DeLemon. Okay, Pizza Panda, do you want to tell us what you did? What did you do? Do you remember what your issue was? That was Pepperoni Pizza. No, Pizza Panda, what did you do on the to fix the straightness of your thing, of your title? Let's just delete what Mr. Sims put there on the presentation. Yeah, lovely. You didn't have one. Anyone else? So some people's titles were on the left-hand side. Do you remember what they did to fix them? Do you remember? Did you try and fix that? Did you know what you needed to do? Because I figured it out. No? Okay, cool. So Finn, you're here, aren't you? Finn, send me your link. Because yours is if your title is on the left-hand side, can you put your link in the website for me, in the chat for me, please? Not text align center. Well, yeah, that is the code we need, which is very, very good, Pizza Panda. Very good. I'm very impressed that you've done that. But what I do need you to do is, oh, Ignacio, you did it as well. Yeah, what did you do? Who remembers what they did? Finn, I think yours is got your text titles on the left-hand side. What about you? So put some. Let's have a look at some links. Put some links in. Do you remember how to put your links into your websites, guys? Let's just quickly do that. I'll just quickly show you. Okay, you're logging in. Okay, Finn. Let's go to Codemoji here. You can have a look at my share screen. If you want to put your link into the chat, you just click. Well, you obviously open up your project and just click this blue circle with the white circle, 3 white circles in it connected. Click that. Copy and paste everything that says after. Use this link to share your project with friends. No, Mr. Sims, you cannot. You share your project with friends, and then HTTPS and everything else. Copy that and then put that into the chat. Okay, you have to copy that. You have to click on that blue circle, copy that information, and pop that into the chat. Okay, the link from HTTPS. You sure that's the right one, Ignacio? This is Pizza Panda. Let's have a look at this. Okay, cool. That one's fine. Pizza Panda, yours is fine. Looks great. No problem there. Your title's fine. Roberto, right? Roberto's is missing one. So let's have a look at this. Change to Roberto's. No, that's Mr. Hines. Change them to Roberto's one just to show you what we can do. Here we are. So here's Roberto. So if you look on the left hand, if you see, look here, his title, his H1 title, is always all the way over on the left-hand side. if you look carefully, I'm going to close the chat for 1 second, guys. Okay, so if you look on the left-hand side here in the CSS, right underneath H1, which is what your title is, what you've named it. Well, we've all named our titles. You see that you've closed the curly brackets early here. So all you need to do, which will change everything, is just delete that curly black bracket. So if you look on line 3 of Roberto's here, guys, it goes H1 curly bracket background dash color, which is and then a colon. Then he's chosen violet, and then he's done a semicolon to close that off. But then he's done a curly bracket, but then he's got color blue and text align center after that. The only thing what you're doing with that curly bracket, you're closing it too early. So if we just delete that, and if you look, everything's gone back into the center there. Okay, so you can see that his title's from there. Roberto, I want you to save that for me, please. Okay, make sure you save that in your thing for me. Or if it's not come up on your channel, just delete that on line 3, and then everything will go into your center. Okay, brilliant. Let's have a look at someone else's quickly. This is Ignacio's. Perfect. Ignacio's is great, but Ignacio has the image. It's got image and center. Let's have a look at. I'll just change it to Ignacio's one quickly. Is this one here? There we are. This is Ignacio's. This is great. He's done a H2 title, which is fantastic. He closed the body, everything like that. Now, do you want that mouse? I'm gonna open the chat. Do you want that mouse in the middle, or did you want that as it is, Ignacio? Let me know in the chat, guys. Ignacio, sorry. If you wanted that in the middle, let's have a look if we can do that. Image class mouse. Yeah, basically, where do you call in the image? IMG. So if you change this to something that will work with yeah. What you need to do here, Ignacio, is because your class is called image here, yeah? I think that almost will do it. Yeah, sorry, hold on. Image. Okay. Oh yeah, 25. Let's have a look at the chat. Yeah, you can do that as well, Ignacio, but what I wanted to do today was something slightly different. Let's have a look at Neil Diamond. That's not the right one, Neil Diamond, if you remember. Should be a different one. Yeah, send your link through. Send your link through. So it should be a different one there. Finn, shouldn't be that one. Let's have a look at yours, Georgia. Let's have a look at Georgia's. Right. Just neaten that up a bit. Text align center. Yeah, you didn't have the curly bracket on the end of it. But what we probably got to look at, and more than likely, Georgia, is your indentation. So yeah, so if we move some of this in the right, might be the indentation on this one. Look at some of that. Just having a look to see this one for you. Well, that's not what you want there, is it? Did you want that? Did you want that? No, you didn't want that, did you? Oh, you did. Yes, you did. Okay. Yeah, yours is a bit different. Let's have a look. Yeah, you got the body, the HTML, background color, color white, text align, center. Okay. Yours is a bit different, isn't it? You checked that out already. There we are. What it is, and that's another thing that's quite annoying, which is, to be honest with you, I don't expect you to understand that. That's more experience that got that. But basically, sometimes, guys, with oh, I'll change the screen. Sorry, I didn't realize you weren't looking at that one. Here we are. So this is George's one. So what if you look on line 4? Which is kind of this experience. I wouldn't expect you to know this, guys, but here there was a little space after light blue, Georgia. There's a little space there. If you see where the little blue is there, it means you probably just press space bar, and it's the website is reading the code, reading it as a code. So you just need to delete that space, and then everything will come in. You got to make, guys, it's really important. You got to make sure your code is as clean as possible. What we are going to do after we've done this project, which we do need to move on quite shortly, right? Yeah, we will be doing a Kahoot. Yeah, once we've moved on quite shortly, we'll get to you in a second, Maya. Yeah, your code needs to be precise. And once we've done this, we will be moving on, and we'll be rewriting the website, but just doing it ourselves so that we know and we are understanding it and we are concreting in our head how to basically write the HTML and call everything in the CSS to the HTML and be able to design everything. But you guys have done really, really well. So Ignacio, really good. Natalia, I'll be interested in seeing yours, to be honest with you, Natalia. Okay, let's have a look at this last one here, which is some people saying that the image is not working. Let's have a look. So this one, yeah. Did you I can't see it on. Is that the image that you were talking about is not working on whoever's that is? Yeah. Okay, cool. I'm glad I read that website before I accessed it, Andrew, before I showed it. Probably not really appropriate. Sasha, please stop spamming the chat because you'll get blocked. Okay, cool. But it's okay. It's all good. I'll just put it on moderation then. Okay, here we go. So anyway, guys, let's go back to the chat. Let's go back to the code for now, and we'll get back to this in a minute. Okay. So let's put the, what you need to do at the moment is put the, on line 6, you need to put this image class code, okay, which is part of the chat here. So when you just open up to line 6, well, yeah, line 6, open it up. Oh, that's Andrew's one. As you can see on mine, all you have to do is go to the end of the text on line 5. Oops, and then press enter, and then we'll give you another space, yeah? And now I want you to delete the div class. You need to delete all of the div class, okay? And then on line 6, oops, sorry about that. Line 6, this is what I want, which is already in the chat, pinned onto the chat. Open that crocodile curly bracket, img space class class equals apostrophe image apostrophe space src, which you know is the source of the image, equals, and then you could do apostrophe again, which is / images / mouse.png 66 and 99. Okay, make sure that's in there, okay, because then we're going to add the styles to that shortly. Okay, now here we are. How are we doing there? Let me know in the chat. Let's have a look. Okay, let's have a look at your pictures. So a lot of people are saying that they aren't able to do the picture. Well done. We've got a picture there. Real horse. Well done. Let's have a look at that. Whoever that was, I think, Maya. Pepperoni Pizza 2021. Is that you, Maya? So there we go. So remember, guys, I don't know why there's a line through there, but anyway, that's the code that Maya has used, which is on line 10. She's popped it on line 10, which is not an issue. That's fine as long as it works. As with open bracket img class equals 66 image 99 src equals 66 / images / real horse.png. Yeah. Okay. Let's have a look at that one. How else are we doing? Oh, who did that then? This is that one. This is, yeah, Pepperoni Pizza 2021. Yeah. How are we doing? That was yours, right? But how did I do that? All right, Maya, let's go and have a look at that again quickly. So what you've done, which we can see perfectly cool, which is open the bracket, like you've done here, img, type img space class equals speech marks, which is you press shift and the number 2. Hold down shift, press the number 2, then type the word image, image, then hold down shift, hold down shift and press the number 2 again. If that's on your yeah, that will be on, no, that won't be on all keyboards. Then you close that speech mark, space, src, which is saying the source of the image. Where is the image coming from? Then we'll say the source equals, I'll tell you where the source is. The source equals, then you do another speech mark, shift and 2, / images, because we're accessing Codemoji's bank of images that they have already uploaded onto their website, onto their database, onto their server. So we're accessing folder images, / real, real, oops, got rid of that, dash, you have lion or horse. Let's say horse in this example because that's Maya's, HORSE.png. Let's just get everybody to get their pictures into the HTML today. Okay. Well done. Elephant. We've got one for elephant. Roberto did a lion. Ignacio, you did that. Yeah. Let's have a look if you did that on CSS. Who's that? Pepperoni Pizza 2021. You did it on CSS. I don't see it on CSS. I can see it in this is HTML here, and you've done it in the HTML. This is your one, right? Yeah, Maya. Hello, Pizza World. Yeah, you've done it in this HTML up here, which is great. It's exactly what I wanted. You can get rid of the div class on line 8 as well. You don't need that now. Okay, you can delete that. Okay, let's just make sure everyone's got an image in. And once they've got their image in, what we want to do is we want to align that into the middle. Okay, if you know how to align it into the middle, that's fantastic. What I'm going to do is quickly show you the code to line that into the middle. Okay, so what we're going to do now, so after your A class, okay, you can call that image, which will be .image, .image, okay, in your CSS, space, curly bracket, shift, and the curly bracket is next to the P on your keyboard, shift, curly bracket, display, display. This is a different way to some of you guys have done that in there already. This is a slightly easier way, but some of you have seen it already. Yeah, some of you have already done this. Ignacio and I think Natalia have done that. Colon, so display colon, then flex, FLEX, and then semicolon at the end. Well done. Okay. I'm going to put this code, I'm going to put that onto the chat as well, so you can see that, guys. There we are. Just reading the message for you guys. Okay, cool. Right, I've popped the code up there for you now. Right, what I want you to do, yeah, is enter that code. Those of you that can see the code, I want you to enter that code. What I'm going to do is I'm also going to pop it onto here. Okay. that. Okay. So I'm just going to delete that so you can all see it correctly. That's the code I want you to pop in. I don't know what this decenter is. That's not supposed to be right. Yeah, get rid of that. Yep. Perfect. So that's the code I want you guys to pop in there. Okay. I'm going to leave that there. Whilst you're doing that, I'm going to check your websites, and I'm also going to make sure that the code is correct. So I can see that George's is here, and I'm just going to check out George's. Whilst you're doing that, guys, make sure you get that code in there. You can flick between. I'll give you a few moments to do that. Okay, Kevin's got his as well. Well done. Okay, let's have a look at this. So this is George's. Okay, George, I'm having a look at yours now. You've done the image class. Yeah, it's not IM. Just change that. Let's just change that to it for you. Remember, it's also in the chat, guys, and you can scroll and look at the chat. I'm going to just share screen with someone quickly. Share my screen on somebody's code, which is George's. See here, George, on line 6 on your HTML. It doesn't need to be image, but you haven't called it as well. You need to call it. So let's go down here, .img. Yeah, and you change this part here. It's img. Yeah. Open the curly bracket. Display, colon, flex. If you remember from our flexbox froggy that we did not long ago, well, a while ago, and then display flex, and after that we're going to do margin dash left auto, and then semicolon, close that, margin dash right colon auto, and close that there. And there was one other thing, isn't there, in that code? What's the other thing? Oh yeah, width. And then width. 20%. Okay. If we change, if we call the image correctly, yeah, it looks right. We just get rid of that div. You don't need that part there. Close it with the curly bracket. Should be in the center right now, actually. I think what we've got here again is some indentation. Yeah, so make sure the indentation is correct. There we go. Already moving that forward. Okay. Left, margin right, width. Yeah, that looks all good. Again, we may have a little tiny bit of code missing somewhere that we need to delete. Is there anything that we could just get rid of? Let's just make sure that this is correct. Oh, perfect. Fantastic. Well, how are we doing over here, guys? Okay. How'd you make that controller thing? Okay, what's wrong? Send your links in, guys, and I'll check your whatever you need help with. Put your links in. Just put your links in, and I'll be able to try and we'll go to it. Yours looks good, Sasha. Let's have a look. Okay, another minute or so, and then we're going to move on to the Kahoot. This looks good, Sasha. The Steam website. You haven't center aligned yet. So if you look here, Sasha, all you need to do is on your H1, next, all you need to do is center a text. Dash, align, colon, center. There you go. Close it. And there you go. All right. Your image is not working. Remember, guys, I want you to delete the div class, and you haven't chosen the correct image, so you can put line in there. And there you go. Yours is done. Okay. Can you see that, Sasha? That's what you need to do on your code. Okay. I can't save this because this is your website, but you need to edit that code. So you see where you've got your images on line 5. Just choose after images, add a specific code, specific image in there. Okay. Who else is it? Let's have a look at this one and this one. Yeah, Ignacio, I've checked yours, so we'll come back to yours in a minute. Who else is needs checking? Pop your links into the chat. I will be able to do that. Yours is good as well. I've checked yours. Let's double check it. That beats us. No, that's Ignacio's. I think a lot of people are having connection problems today. Okay, guys. And let's have a look at Kevin's quickly. Just going to check this couple of last ones. Kevin, not bad, not bad, not bad. We just need to close. Remember, Kevin, you got to close your tags. So I can see here that we've not closed a couple of our tags. So remember, what I want you to do, Kevin, is you see you've got your H1 and H1 here. We've got to close this tag with a slash there, okay? And your H2 and marker, you've got to close these as well. So just do the same again. Type the same word again like this, but just put the forward slash in front of it, okay? Like so on that one. And the H2, forward slash H2. Then you need to do forward slash U, okay? That should be it, all right? Right, guys. Let us go over to the Kahoot, and we will resume this tomorrow as well. Tomorrow, I want you to do Flexbox Froggy. We're going to be doing Flexbox Froggy. Save, save, save. Don't forget to save. Okay, cool. So I'm going to take chat moderation off now. Don't forget to save. Save your code. Save your code, okay? Please save your code. And I'm going to screen share the Kahoot to you right this moment. And the number is... I don't know why I've got the sound on that. Let's take that sound off. There we go. 9411783. 9411783. I've added some more questions to this. Roberto, yours looks great. No problem there. Looks all good. Looks like you've got a good handle on it, except for your image isn't there, is it? Image class. No, it's SRC. You put SCR. There you are. That's all. Yeah, it's really important. But you know, we've had this issue with Roberto's. We had this issue with George's as well. You really got to check your spelling is really tight. The code is really sensitive to every single thing you do. Okay, which is really important when you're coding websites for your clients in the future. Okay, so there you go, Roberto. I'll quickly show yours whilst everyone's logging in. Oh, not that one. Close that. I'll just open this one for you. That's Kevin's website. That one, that one. Where's Roberto's website then? Roberto, send your link in again for me, please. Let's just quickly check Roberto's. We'll quickly check Roberto's and then we will move on. There we are. There we are. Yeah, so Roberto, you see on line 6, it says image class, image, and it says SCR. It should be SRC. And there you go. Your mouse image will return there. Okay. Yeah, a mouse image will return right there. Okay. But, Roberto, this looks pretty good. I'm pretty impressed. Pretty good. There's the pin, guys. Nine four one one seven eight three. How many have we got in here? 12 in, 12 logged in. Maybe we'll give him one more or two more. Sean, are you logged in? Tiana, are you logged in? Sure, we're waiting for at least one or two more. Ah, perfect. Okay. Brilliant. No spamming yet. Spam at the end of the lesson. Okay, guys, here we go. Let's start this Kahoot. You ready? Let's go. Right, it's the HTML CSS Kahoot that you've had before, but I've added some more questions in there regarding CSS. Let's see who's good at this. Which of these is not, who remembers this, which is not a programming language? HTML, Java, C++, or HTML? I expect a lot of correct answers now, guys. Should have a lot of correct answers now. Yep, that's right, it's HTML. Well done, Finn. Someone blah, Peter Panda Cat is back. What is a comment in CSS and HTML? A critique to help the web developer improve. Short pieces of text about things, text not seen on the website only by the coder or writer, long pieces of text about things. Well done. Amazing answers. Well done, guys. Someone at the blast. Someone else. Cat is back and Peter Panda. Use flexbox. We define a container as a flexbox. What is the CSS to do this? Position, absolute. Float, left. Display, flex, or display block. We've done it today. You've done it before. See if you can remember. We all need to do more flexbox, Froggy. That's why we're going to do it tomorrow. Good, good, but not too bad, guys. Not too bad. I know you used the process of elimination there, but not too bad. Well done, blah. What HTML tag is used for inserting a paragraph? You all know this one. I expect all correct answers. Is it P, chart, para, or pre? Good. That's what I want to hear, Sasha. Easy HTML. If you can say that each HTML coding is easy, then my job here is done. Well done, someone else. What is wrong with this HTML code? Title. Let's try and read it. Remember, right, on the top right-hand corner, guys, there is 4 arrows pointing inwards or outwards. It says full screen. You can click that and you can make the thing. Also, I want to show you something. You know this arrow in between the window and the, you know, you got these 2 little gray arrows in between the window and the chat. If you press one of those, it will make it will disappear the chat and make the thing a little bit more easier for you to see. Okay, it makes it quite more full screen. Okay, I'll show you that in 2 seconds. I'll show you it in 2 seconds. So let's read that code. What's wrong with it? You've done this one already. What's wrong with it? There's something that's not closed. I'll give you a quick clue. That's a bit too easy. That was an easy clue, wasn't it? This is what I'm saying, Tiana. I'll show you 1 second. All right, guys. So what you can do here, if you look at my screen right now, and on next here, you see these 2 arrows here. If you press one of these on your computer, it will reduce the chat like so, and you'll be able to see the images much better. Can you see that? So you're able to change the distance between that, or you can have the whole chat, and you know what I mean? So if you just press the arrows on the side here, yeah, you can make it bigger, or you can make it smaller. Okay, does that work for you guys? Let me know. Give me a 3 in the chat if you've been able to do that. Brilliant, well done. And also at the top, guys, if you look on my screen here at the top, you have the full screen button. You can press full screen as well, and also do that, and that will give you a much better view of what's going on the actual lesson. Okay, I'm not sure what that means to type. Okay, so let's go back to the Kahoot. Shall we do that? Let's see who's winning. Okay, well done, 5. You got that right. That's because change the board a lot. Cat is back, Peter Panda. Let's keep going. The following HTML elements are self-closing post. HTML5. What does the first code mean and what's the second code mean? Somebody tell me. What does the first code mean and the second code mean? Go on then. Tell me what's the code mean. What does that code mean? If you can tell me what the first one is, I'll be happy with the first one. Tell me what the first one is at least. Because we've done that one today, haven't we? Sinking in. Don't worry, it's gone now. We'll have to go. We'll bring it back at another time. Okay. Blah, well done. What flexbox property do you use to move a flex item to the end of its container? Is it flex grow, justify content, flex end, flex direction, row reverse? If you remember, it was the first one we did on Flexbox Froggy. Yeah, I know. That's why we need to do Flexbox Froggy again tomorrow. Oh, well done. Didn't expect that. Okay, good. Well done, guys. Impressive. How do you add style in CSS to work on your HTML? Use HTML tag name in CSS. Do you use the name of the ID in CSS or use the name of the HTML class in CSS? No Simona today. Or Tanya. There's no Stanhope at all. No Stanhope at all today. Good. Everyone got it right. Well done. Because you can call all of them. What is the CSS? What is the CSS calling in HTML? What is the CSS calling? What is it calling? Is it calling the background color, the text, the H1 heading, or the body? Is it? That's all I want to hear. If you tell me it's easy, I love that. Oh, a little bit easy, not too easy. Yes, it's the heading. Yes, because it had H1, remember? It had H1 at the front, so you know that H1 is the heading. Okay, let's move forward. Well, I Neil Diamond and Kahoot.com coming. In Flexbox, the items of order property have a default value of 0, 2, 9, or 5. The order of the Flexbox properties have a default value of. A default value is what is the number that there's always going to be like the normal number. What does usually, where do usually numbers usually start off with? Yes, 0. Yeah, because you need to put in that value. Okay, you need to put in that value. So if you want, so someone did, I can't remember what they did. This is like 25 pixels on something earlier. That's adding a value. Usually the value will be 0. You need to add that value. Good, blah, well done, blah. Which of the following is not a valid HTML tag? I'll leave it down to you guys. You should know this one. This one should be easy for you guys. Should see a bunch of easies in the chat. No easies. Oh, there's one. Okay, perfect. All right, well done. Exactly. It's the SVQ. That is an image file. What does div class mean? You all know this. Is it the box class, the box style, the box school, or the box uniform? Ooh, who remembers this one? How we doing? Yes, it was box style, guys. We did the same from last time and we got that wrong. I'm not happy about that actually. It's box style. It's always box style. Remember the class is the style, yeah. Okay, let's go back to the Kahoot, which I have lost for some reason. Where's the Kahoot? How did I lose the Kahoot? Okay, cool. Here we go. Which ones are examples of CSS selectors? Body, LI, P, H1. Well done. Which flexbox property aligns items horizontally? Align content, flex direction, justify content, or align items? We've done this one. Oh, I said we've done this one. We've done this one. We just did it a minute ago. You all got like 10 or 12 of it right. We just did it. All right, let's move on anyway. You knew that one. What do we use Flexbox for? Sizing images and creating margins, aligning elements and making friends, aligning elements and creating columns and animations. What are you using Flexbox for? Think about it. Well done, Georgia. Yeah, exactly, guys. You knew that. Well done. It's aligning items and creating columns, not margins. Neil Diamond, someone else, Kahoot.com. Thought I'd make it a little bit harder for you guys today. What flexbox property do you use to move a flex item to the end of its container? What do you do to move the flex item to the end of its container? Is it red? Justify content, flex end, flex direction, row reverse, flex grow one, flex direction, column reverse. Well done. Let's move on. Hyperlink in HTML is coded using. You should all know this. You all know this one. Wow, what is that? That's some craziness. Natalia's breaking the system out here. Yes, Natalia. Okay, brilliant. Cat is back, Neil Diamond. That's Finn. What does this CSS snippet do? What does it do, guys? Does it increase the size of images, reduce the size of the page by 50%? It does nothing at all. Does it reduce the 3, 2, 1? Yes, it reduces all images by the size by 50%. Who.com, someone else, Neil Diamond, Cat is back in blah. I think blah may be Natalia. HTML has a responsibility for content and CSS for content, style, or coding. All know this. I want correct answers all the way up. All the way up. Yep, well done. It is style. Let's move forward. What is the CSS calling in HTML? What is the CSS calling in HTML? Is it paragraph A? Is it calling paragraph B? Is it calling the body or is it calling the class? Perfect. That's right. It's paragraph A. And guys, what I am going to do is, how many questions have we got left? Maybe 2 more, and then Mr. Evans, I'm going to hand over to you. How to call the class attribute in CSS, class paragraph 1 in blue with curly brackets, dot paragraph 1 or hashtag paragraph 1. Remember, we've just called something. So how did we call it? What did it have in front of it? Did it have anything in front of it? The last question was gave the well done. That's right. It had a dot in front of it, didn't it? Well done. What is the CSS calling in HTML? What is it calling? The background color of the class, paragraph A or body. And Mr. Evans, we will be ready for you shortly if you are ready yourself, first of all. We should check that. Good. I'll unblock the moderation because I've seen some people have been much more responsible now. Thank you. Lovely. That's right. It's called The Body. Okay, let's see who won this one. Should we say in first place is Cat is Back? Is that Georgia? Let me know in the chat. Is that Georgia? Yes, well done, Georgia. Blah, I'm guessing it's Natalia. Neil Diamond is someone. I'm not sure who someone is. And Kahoot.com, please let us know who you are by putting. Tiana is who? What one are you, Tiana? Are you Blah? And who was Kahoot.com? Ah, you're someone. Who's Kahoot.com and who was Blah? Roberto is Kahoot.com. Well done, Roberto. Very good. And who is second? Who was Blah? Ah, Natalia is Blah. Well done. So Georgia, Natalia, Finn, Tiana, and Roberto. Very, very good. Very, very good. Well done. Okay, Mr. Evans, how are you doing? Are you okay? Let's see how this is working today. Ah,
should be there. Sorry, guys. Another wonderful day of technology not working.
always the case.
Yeah, especially when you need it. So, yeah, sorry about
that. Tell me about it.
Yeah. How is everyone? All okay?
We're good. We're good. We've just done some Kahoots. We've just done some coding. So I'll put the BandLab button up for you. Is that right, sir?
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, we're going to go straight in. Again, apologies for being late. Sorry about that, guys. But we're going to go through a couple of sort of little interesting bits and pieces today. Just share my screen.
Here we are, guys. Okay, right. I'm just going to put the button up for you guys if you need to get to BandLab. And Mr. Evans, over to you.
Perfect. Hi, guys. Right, so what we're going to do is we're just going to go through a couple of things. And basically, the first one is going to be how to reverse samples. So I'm just going to show you exactly what I mean first. And you can use this with any of the samples in BandLab. So, yeah, hi, everyone. You need to go louder. Let me know if that's better or worse. You might need to just change your settings on your actual better. Cool. Okay. Just let me know, and I can always change this. This might be loud though, so I'm just going to play you one of the samples. I've just chosen any random one here, but for this one, I'm just going to go for a couple of just to show you exactly what we're talking about. So I'm going to load in a couple. This is how they sound when they're played normally. Now, if you're wondering which samples they are, all I've done is I've gone on to browse, and the first one is Vocaloid Beats, and I've just chosen the first one from there. And the second one is Synth Sequences Expanded, which you'll remember we used from the second pack they've got there last week. I've just gone for the first one there as well. So that's 12550G. And that's what they sound like. But we're not going to just leave them like that. What we're going to do here is we're going to actually reverse these samples. So when you see, you can load them in. And now when you double click on them, you'll see this sort of thing. And we're going to look at this area today, which is on the editor. So if you go there, you'll see we've got source, which will be my voice. You can see that. And then FX effects, which is we've used them before as well. And then editor. So I'm just going to show you exactly how I did that. I've got, see, we've gone into Vocaloid Beats. You can use any sample, but this is how I've done it. So drag that into BandLab on the bottom. There we go. And then we double click on it. So I'll show you again. Same thing. Here it is. And then you'll see this little section here. The Vocaloid Beat is simply the first one. So I've gone 70-100. It's the first one in the pack. Just up here, and sounds like that. Which is cool. But we're not really going to leave it at that for today. What we're going to do is reverse it. And I'm going to show you first how to reverse stuff. And then I'm going to show you how you might use it in a track, because you can do some pretty cool stuff with it. So here is its reverse. And how we do this is, if you make that slightly larger for you, here we've got a section which says reverse. All we need to do is click that. And magically, you're going to see this waveform kind of looks a bit weird now. And that is because it's going to sound like this. Interesting, right? So we've just to do it again. I use this example, which is exactly the same sample. Go on here, click it, and then down to the bottom, reverse. Click it, and we have exactly the same. It's the same sample, but it's completely flipped around. So now it sounds like that. And if I click reverse again, we're back to normal. If yours doesn't reverse, if you should be, it should do. I mean, if I would say if it doesn't reverse, then try loading the sample again. So we've got MT Vocaloid beat here, 7100, just the first one. Again, you can use any sample, but let's just for this one for today. Drag it in, and then you'll see the reverse section just here at the bottom, and that should reverse it if you see how the waveform is changing. It sounds cool on drums. It sounds even more interesting on a synth sequence. So I'm going to load in this one here. So sounds interesting, right? Then we are going to reverse it like that. And now it's going to sound like. Everything is it's still in time as such. Everything is still there, but it means that you can. So if we snap to grid, remember always, guys, if you're trying to snap to grid, it'll help you do so many things. And then let's try and find, say, some drum packs. And you can maybe just search for loops, and we're going to go straight to drums. And we have something that sounds like that. Then we can drag it in and put it on the same time. And without reverse, so just solo those drums so we can see. And then if we play it with it in normal time, without it being reverse, sounds like this. Roland Direct, yeah, that's an old synth. That's from back in the day. It'll be a good pack. That. But just for now, just going to show you this. So we're just going to make that little loop, and it sounds quite cool. Nice one, yeah, really good. Again, I really sort of implore you guys to sort of have, yeah, it's weird, sort of like a reverse sound. If you want to go and find your own sort of packs, then go ahead and do it. Like I said, these are only suggestions that I'm going to give you. But if we go here and reverse it, it's not going to. It's a. Yep. So it's going to sound like weird as such. That's basically how we can reverse an entire like sample or loop. But what I want to show you kind of quickly, because obviously we have not as much time as I would have liked today. And again, I'm sorry for that. But we are going to look at how to use that as a sort of effect in a track. So let's start another band lab. And I'm assuming that everyone's kind of okay with just the idea of reversing stuff. Play around with whatever samples you want in order to reverse them. Again, when to do that, you just go up here. Nice one. I'm glad everyone's here. It's I know it's not. It's a weird effect, but I want to show you guys because it can be really interesting when used properly or whenever you want to use it. But just to go through again, we're reversing it here. That's how you reverse. So I'm going to exit out. Don't see the change of this one, and then create another one. And we are going to browse loops. And what we're going to do here, again, you don't need to use exactly the same sample, but I would use something similar. I'm going to use a crash sound. So crash is in the crash of a in the drum kit. So I'm going to go for icon crash. It sounds like that. Here we go. So I'm going to play it again in BandLab. And I've actually got two crash samples here. I'm just going to go with the first one. So I'm just going to pull that back to here. All I'm doing there is basically sort of cutting the end sample off, so it sounds cool. And so that's useful. It sounds great. It's really good, sort of punctuating at the end of something. But and you see even here, you can see that people are reversing crashes down there. And what we're going to do is double click on it, and it brings up editor. You can also get to there by clicking on editor at the bottom, and we're going to reverse it. Boom. And then, so now it sounds like this. Interesting, right? So what we need to do is, in order for this particular trick to work, we need to just find out where the sample stops, which is at 3. Put it back to there. Snap the grid. That's because it's a good quality. There we go. And now it sounds like that, which is kind of, I agree, it sounds a bit weird, but everyone should try and sort of start just at least playing with that. I've used icon crash, and I've just got there by going on loops, and then I've just clicked crash. But what we could do now is, if we go back to, say, anything else, we can go to, let's go to Electronic Fusion, and try speak. I'm just going to drag that in. So if you want to use the exact same samples, I've gone to Electronic Fusion, and it's beat number 4, beat 04. Just sounds like that. I'm just going to drag in bass 04 as well. So it's going to sound something like that. Like that. And I'm going to drag. So what I'm doing is I'm reversing the crash, and then let's make that slightly bigger. So I've put the, as soon as the crash ends, in this case it's 2 bars long, and it's gone to 3, and then I put the electronic beat here. So separately, they sound like this. And then this one sounds like this. However, when you put them together in this order, you kind of create what you'd normally describe as a build-up. And it means that you can kind of, it just punctuates your sections quite nicely. So it's going to sound a bit like this. You see, what we've done, and there's nothing sort of crazy happening there. What we've done is sort of create a really natural sounding build-up. You can use it at the break of any track. So say you just stop, or even as an intro or outro. I'll just play that again to you. And again, you can use it. I would also suggest using it as a way to punctuate your samples. And I'm going to show you exactly what I mean there. So, yeah. Yes, I seem so. So what I've done there is so you can see I've copied and pasted the crash reversed into here, and then I've just popped it there. Just on 5, so it ends on 7. And so I've given 2 bars without the crash, and now it's going to come in 2 bars again. So it should sound like this. See? Now it's like, that's a really simplistic way of using reversing, but you can see how effective it is. I'm just going to unreverse, or put it back to normal, and you can see the difference in what we've done there with the same samples, just without the reversal. So this is what it sounds like without reversing it. Both sound good, but what we're trying to do in this lesson here is to show you how to do it. Yeah, we're going to have a look at some of our tracks in a couple of minutes. So hold them off for now, and then we will check some out at the end. See, yeah, apologies again. We haven't had as much time as I would have liked, so that's both my fault and Virgin's, put it that way. But I'll just show you again how to reverse this, and then we'll go look at one more thing, and then onto some tracks. Again, just hit reverse, and it's going to do with this one as well. And why not? We'll do this bass as well. See, you can literally reverse any sample here, so you're not limited as such to using one or the other. And you can also use FX on it. So I'm just going to show you how to combine them. I'm going to go straight to our delay because I feel like we're all getting quite used to using it. And you guys all know pretty much what it is now. So I'm going to put a bit of reverb and a bit of delay on it. And remember, we've just gone down to FX, and I'm just adding from recommended. Then I put some studio reverb on and some filter echo, just like that. And I'm just going to turn the delay up, mix down, like this. And so now we've kind of got this whole thing going on. It's really sort of progressive housey sort of sound. And I'll just show you exactly how I did that again, because I know it's not going to be everyone's sort of cup of tea, this exact sort of reverbed, but you can do some really cool things with it. I'm just going to show you exactly how I got to this point again. So go back, empty this, put this back to normal. So that's our icon crash. So we've gone to double click it, reverse, there we go. And then I've gone down to FX, and then I've added some reverb in here. Studio reverb, I've increased the mix just a wee bit, increased the size just a wee bit, and added my delay, which is filter echo. Here, turn up the feedback a little bit, turn up the mix a little bit, and so then ends up sounding like this. Quite sort of moody, like that sort of thing. It's basically, you can use this sort of thing as a punctuation for anything, but you can, mainly it's kind of useful for just sort of building in or showing you the end of a sequence. I'm just going to show you on some vocals really quickly, because vocals reversed are always fun. Let's have a look. Let's see what we got. Cool. So back to hit. So we've got another 3 bars by the looks of it of our vocals. That one is Kawaii Vocals 4, I believe. Yes. No, Vocaloid Vocals 4. What I've done there, sorry guys, I've gone to loops, search. Here. So you remember we started here, we're going loops, and then you've got a little search button here. I've typed vocals, and it's Vocaloid Vocals 4. So if you want to, you can just type in Vocaloid, and you will get vocals, and it's number 4. It's the top one here. To the loop pack won't open. I am not too sure which loop pack you're using, but it may be worth sort of just closing down and reopening it. I think most of them aren't locked, so you should be able to open all of them. But if you want to know exactly what the Vocaloid pack is actually quite cool in general, so feel free to have a look at that one. It's spelled, I'm going to show you a little bit. Hopefully you guys can see how I've spelled that. Vocaloid is basically just a way of synthesizing vocals, but this is the one I've used here, Vocaloid Vocals 4, and this is what it sounds like with the song that we're making here. Let's play from the beginning again. I think that sounds all right. It means nothing crazy, but it's good, I think. And hopefully it gives you an idea about how to do it. Again, sort of these. Yeah, it's not bad. Thank you. So we go into the top here, the just here, and you can use all these. I recommend playing around, and but in the spirit of our reversal situation today, let's go to our vocals and reverse them. So now let's see what that sounds like. Sounds interesting. I mean, this is. I don't want to go too much deeper into. I'm just going to add a couple more effects because I'd like to listen to some tracks. I know you guys are all keen to play them, and I don't want to take up too much of your time than I already have. But I'm just going to do the same things we did before on this. So I'm going to put some reverb on, just a little bit actually, and then some delay. Same as before. I really recommend this channel, this sequence of effects, just for it kind of just builds a little bit on what you have. So I'm just going to pop up the feedback on that again. Put this down. So now we have this. So you can see exactly what we've got there. We've got it sounds basically sort of similar, but you just with the filter echo, then we've kind of added sort of many more layers of the original sound, and basically just sort of made it kind of feel more bigger, just larger. And I'm just going to show you one last thing about how to combine this reverse to crash, and then we'll listen to some tracks. Back to crash, if I can spell properly. And we're actually going to use the same one again. So icon crash, I'm just going to drag in a non-reversed version of it, and then put it exactly at the end of where the reverse version ends. So what we've done there is, sorry, I know the waveforms in BandLab don't always really match up with what you expect to see. That's a little bit annoying, but what we've done here is actually show you a little bit easier on this one. You can see how basically, see how I've moved it here. So the first icon crash that we've reversed is here, and the non-reverse one is there. And so basically they're going to go immediately as one finishes, the other's starting. And it's reversed one and then into the non-reverse version too. So when you put them together, sounds a little bit like this. So what we've done here is combine the two samples, the reverse and the non-reverse, and then made them into one big long sample. And what that's done is means it creates all this sort of suspensefulness, and you have a really nice sort of lead up to the like any sequence point that you want to really sort of bring attention to in your tracks, and then just sort of like nice slow crash, like sort of end point to it. Just show you exactly how I did that again. And so we've got here, we've got our reverse version, and I've just brought in our non-reversed. You don't have to use the same sample, by the way. Feel free to use other ones. I mean, let's have a look at a different one just to show you. So this one I've got an Ibiza crash, just dragging it there. And let's show you again. So this is the reverse one here. Just show you if I can I colorize that? No, I guess not. But so we've got our reverse one here and our non-reversed here. It kind of, you can't really do it the other way around because you need to, the sound needs to lead up into one and then start immediately at the other. So just bear that in mind when you're trying to do this effect if you want to. So I've got two different sounds now, icon and Ibiza. And that's what we got looking for. So that's all basically kind of what you want to do with the sort of reverse stuff. Like I said, you can literally reverse anything you want. So feel free to just literally grab any sample you want and just double click at the bottom here, and you'll have this reverse thing. You can also play around with sort of pitch shift and bits and pieces like that. We're not going to cover that today. For a couple of reasons. Firstly, because we don't have time, and secondly, because I don't think it's the most interesting sort of thing to use. But if you want to play around with it in your own time, feel free, obviously. Now, question: does anyone have any tracks that they feel they want to play today? If not, then we can go. There we go. Okay. Yep, Lemon, I've got you. Booga Booga, got you. Yeah, if anyone else wants to throw something in, feel free. Yeah, we've got that. So let's we'll start with the two that want to go so far, and then if anyone else, obviously you don't need to. We can sort of just look at different stuff, but let's have a listen to this. So we got Rocket Impregnate. Oh yeah, well I remember you, man, and I expect that I know this is going to be good. Just gonna fork it, just have a look, and then start playing it. Oh, Ugo, I'm sure it'll be good here. We got the Arundel rate. Yes. That's cool, man. I really like that. We've got some sort of like industrial sounding sort of situations going on. Yeah, really good. I'm just gonna increase the BPM there because we were 128. Really, yeah, I really enjoyed that. I'm just gonna adjust and just have a little listen what it sounds like on 128. Look, your version was better. Yep, next time I won't play around with it. Dude, I like that. That's really cool. That's no, stick to it at 70. Really good. I like that. Yeah, just maybe again, if you want to just play around with it a little bit of the effects that we looked at towards the end, and then maybe put that crash in, play around with some vocals as well. Then we can also kind of look at that. But yeah, I would be really happy with that. I think that sounds really cool. Yeah, and just keep playing around. Yeah, with the reverse, it's kind of something which you probably shouldn't use all the time. But when you want to, then yeah, just crack on with it. But that's really good, man. You should be proud of that. Right, Lemon. Now, what do we have here? I'm just going to go for this one here. But that says December 14. Let me know if that's the one that you want me to go for. This one here, new. Okay, cool. Well, that makes sense considering it's 2 minutes ago. Fair enough. Right. Let's just get this. Okay. Oh, this looks interesting. Here we go. Cool. Right. That's awesome, man. There's some really good sections in that. I mean, it's again, yeah, that's fantastic. Yeah, really, really good. I like this, especially the start and that middle. Yeah, this dance piano bit is really good. Yeah, I really like this section here, especially when that's sort of like. And then you've got the crazy vocal. That's like some haunting dream sort of stuff. Like, but at least you've gone through a lot of different genres there. I think you're excellent. Maybe look at, because we have like tried to look at a bit of reversing today. Maybe try and put a little bit in. This stuff here is really good. Excellent. Yeah, this sort of thing at the bottom, I really like what you're doing with this long section here. That's something that maybe everyone else could have a look at. Having this long sort of by itself, it kind of sounds like that. And that's sort of it's just kind of like in the background, like sort of, but it kind of really drags everything together. And we've got some automation going on here, I see, which is very exciting. Yeah, really good. Yeah, you should it's a really cool idea, that. And when you go, it's here, it's just in that background. There's something that people can look at. Really, really good. You should be happy with that. Right, we've got another one. And it looks like this. Cool. Excellent. Remember, if we can make them forkable in the future, just remember when you're publishing them, just show you in here. No, that's not mine. That's mine. When we go to publish, so say whatever, then we go to, remember we can make it forkable there. So you just click that, and then we got that sort of section coming up. Just leave everything else auto and public. But yeah, and then click publish. So just that forkable, and that means we can have a look at it. But for now, that's not super important. Let's have a listen. That's cool. That's really good, man. Yeah, that's excellent. I mean, yeah, I really like that. Next time, make it forkable so we can have a look at and see exactly what went on there. But yeah, you should be really happy with that. Works really well. Nice one. Yeah, you should. Yeah, definitely, man. You should be really happy with that. I think it's great. Like, excellent. Yeah, really, really cool. Yeah, I got a lot of time for that. Speaking of time, we are kind of running a little bit out of it, but how much have we got left? Yeah, kind of running over. But if anyone has one more thing, then you can kind of play one. We got maybe time for one more, but failing that, we will pick it up next week.
Excuse me, sorry.
Yeah, you should be really happy with those tracks. Some really interesting stuff, and yeah, again, just maybe have a look at sort of reversing some stuff. We got a really example here. But guys, yeah, apologies for not being here on time as usual. But yeah, you should be really, really happy with yourselves there. There's some really good examples of what we've been looking at, and quite a lot of genre hopping as well at the same time. So yeah, thank you guys. Excellent.
Thank you. Sorry, I just need to turn my microphone on. Thank you very much, Mr. Evans. Thank you very much at all. No problem about what happened anyway. Don't worry about it at all. It's not an issue at all. Your lessons are more than viable for the time that you provide. Anyway, we know Virgin are not good anyway.
Yeah, man.
We won't talk about that though. We won't talk about
exactly. That. Yeah, run to you about that later. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Brilliant, guys. Yeah. Obviously, you got your big TYSMs. Thank you very much, guys. Next week is the last one we have, isn't it, Mr. Evans?
Yes. Yeah. So we're going to try. I've got. We can hopefully get enough time. I've got a little sort of Kahoot thing planned, just to see if we can kind of wrap up a few things, and see if everyone's learnt a little bit of the tricks, and then mainly try and devote it to listening to as much music as we can. So I think we're going to just show you a couple more little tips and tricks for just individuals, and then we're just going to try and listen to some music and then test you guys on the Kahoot and see who can remember the most.
There's a lot to remember. There's a lot to remember.
There's a lot to remember, yeah.
Yes, there's a lot to remember. So I'm looking forward to seeing who wins that one. I'll be the person that's paying a lot of attention to Mr. Evans. Okay, guys. Brilliant. So yeah, we've run quite late. So let's wrap it up there. We'll see you next week, Mr. Evans. We have a fantastic lesson next week. And next week is the last one, guys. So if you are interested in continuing music technology with Mr. Evans and with Tech Club, be sure to book there as soon as you can. Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Evans. I'll see you next week.
Perfect. Cheers, guys. Yep.
Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.